Here's why you feel stuck, even though you have a phenomenal life. It's because you have been doing what you thought you should be doing, what society thought you should do, what your parents thought you should do, what was the right thing to do. You have been living the life of what other people thought you should be doing, which only works for a certain amount of time. And then you get frustrated. And then you start to know, feel, and believe that there's got to be more to life than this. Because so many of us, we spend the first half of our lives doing the things that we saw other people do. And it may not even be what we wanted to do. Some people became a lawyer because their parents were lawyers. Some people went to work and and school and became a doctor because their parents became a doctor. Some people were a laborer because that's what they saw their mother or father do. And it's not until something happens that you go through something tragic, something that you never thought you would be in, something happens. And then you start to think there has got to be more to life than this. What am I missing? What is it that I got wrong in the first half of my, and listen, it could be a divorce, it could be a death, it could be that your kids go off to college, and now you are either an empty nester or you are home with a spouse who you no longer know. It could be a whole, or it could just be you are at a point where you have been sensing and feeling that there is more to life than this. Now, let me give you a personal example. I have worked at the same place for 30 years, and they have a policy of you work 30 years and you have the option to retire. Now, I will say this, there are some people who continue to work past the 30 years, and no heat, no judgment. That is totally fine. But that is not what I am signing up for. Now, and what that looks like is me doing something that I've never done before. It means me stepping outside of my comfort zone of the thing that I have done for the last 30 years. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, I know that my time here is complete. Just like you may be feeling this this is not it. This life that I have been living is not the life that I choose to continue to live. So I know you're asking, Tawana, what can I do? What can I do to get out of shift from this life that I have been living to the life that I was specifically created to live? And one thing that you're going to have to do, that you have the beautiful opportunity of doing, is to come off of automatic pilot. And so what do I mean by that? I mean that for a lot of us, we go to work at the same place, we drink the same cup of coffee, we drive the same way to work, we go to the same grocery stores, we drive the same way. I mean, that's what we do. And so if you are going to have a new experience, you got to have a new experience. And so that means getting out of your comfort zone, taking a new direction, taking a new class, going to school, trying a new church, volunteering. Volunteering is one of the greatest ways that you can open yourself up to discovering what your purpose is in life, because you know that your purpose is not in the activities that you have been currently doing. Because if it was, you would have found your purpose already. And so it's going to take you getting out of stretching outside of your comfort zone. And let me just throw this in for gigs and for giggles and kicks. You are not going to want to do it. You are going to try to come up with every excuse that you could possibly come up with to not do it. You don't have time. You tried that already. The last time you did it, it didn't work. You have homework to do. You have to cook. Your mind doesn't like to try new things. And so you got to know that going in, that you are going to be fighting yourself to stay the same. And that does not mean that you have to stay the same.